노력하는 거, 그 마음. 그러니까 저도 뭔가 목적이 있고 그렇지 않아요. 그냥 자연스럽게 그냥 그렇게 사라지는 거.
근데 뭔가 자연스러운 걸 이렇게 저는 이제 기독교 신자는 아닌데 뭔가 자연스럽게 제가 뭘 하게 되더라고요. 그게 좀 저는 신기한 것 같아요. 뭔지 모르겠는데 판단을 하고 공부를 하고 아무튼 뭐 그런 게 있어도 말을 못 하겠어요. 근데 이게 무슨 플로우라고 해야 되나? 그런 흐름을 타고 내가 지금 계속 뭔가 하고 있다는 생각이 좀 들어서
뭔가 그 예를 들어서 심플하게 하나님 나 지금 돈이 없어서 너무 어려운데 돈 주세요 이런 기도할 수 있잖아요. 그러니까 기도를 들어주실 때가 있어요. 있는데 그거는 하나님 입장에서 생각해야 돼요. 하나님이 보시기에 김남진이가 내가 돈을 줬을 때 김남진한테 충분히 그 돈을 잘 쓸 수 있고 그 돈을 가지고 네가 성장할 수도 있고 이웃에게도 도움이 될 수 있겠다. 그러면 돈을 주시고 저는 그렇게 생각해요. 그러니까 내 생각으로 나는 준비됐으니까 빨리 나에게 하나님의 은혜를 주셔서 내가 뭔가를 할 수 있겠어. 그러니까 이것보다는 그럼 절대 안 와. 하나님 보시기에 김남진이가 뭔가를 할 수 있는 레디가 됐구나. 그러면 그때 뭔가를 주시는 것 같더라고요. 그래서 우리 에릭 브라더도 대화를 하세요. 하나님을 믿지 않더라도 하나님이 있다고 생각하고 하나님 그냥 이게 기도만이 아니에요. 일상에서 친구에게 이야기하듯이 대화하듯이 친구가 야 요즘 삶이 너무 힘들다 왜 빡빡하고 사장님 맨날 막 나한테 스트레스 주고 이런 거 있잖아요. 이런 식으로 하나님하고 대화해보세요.
선생님 하세요?
예. 오늘 날씨 참 좋은데 또
진짜?
또 직장에서 스트레스 받는다. 진짜 왜 이렇게 스트레스 줍니까? 때로 원망도 하고 때로는 아유 감사합니다.
재밌다.
내가 뭔데 이렇게 또 감사한 일을 주십니까?
그만 해볼게요. 재밌겠는데요?
그러니까 그런 것도 기도거든요. 이렇게 하는 것도 기도가 맞지만 일상에서 하나님하고 대화하는 것도 기도거든요.
네. 최근에 마지막 질문 하나 했는데 무슨 기도를 하셨어요? 하나님한테 무슨 기도를 마지막에?
때로는 사람이니까 저의 원하는 것들을 기도할 때가 있잖아요. 예를 들면은 돈 좀 많이 벌게 해주세요. 안 하지는 않아요. 안 할 수는 없는데 가끔씩 그러니까 그런 류의 기도도 하는데 근데 그냥 당연히죠. 들어주시지 않는다는 걸 알지만 근데 대체적으로 기도는 그냥 하나님 뜻에 맞게 살게 해주세요. 그리고 조금이라도 예수님이 그 주위 이웃들에게 자신에게 베풀었던 사랑의 삶들을 조금이라도 실천하게 할 수 있도록 해주세요. 저는 그게 제가 착한 사람 아니에요.
이건 뭐 학교도 하시고 하시잖아요.
아니요. 그게 저는 그냥 기도의 제목이에요. 내가 뭐 하고 싶은데 뭐 하게 해주세요. 이런 거는 거의 없어요. 그러니까 기도했는데 안 들어주면 실망하잖아요.
그렇죠.
그냥 뜻대로 살게 해주세요.
뜻대로. 좋다. 그렇게 생각하니까.
그리고 조금 지나간 이야기지만 이제 약간 저 나이 때 되면은 저의 마지막은 어떨까 생각을 해볼 때가 있거든요. 내가 이제 80대가 되고 이제 죽을 때가 가까워지면 나는 어떻게 살아야 되지 그때? 그냥 골방에 앉아서 TV만 보고 멍하니 있다가 살다가 몇 년 살다가 죽을까? 아니면 병원에 있다가 병원에 노인네들 그 죽는 노인네들 많잖아요. 그렇게 죽어야 되나? 좀 그런 생각이 요즘은 좀 많이
오,
들더라고요.
그래요.
그래서 나는 마지막에 나의 삶을 어떻게 살면서 가야 될까?
뭐 결정하셨어요?
없죠.
아 진짜? 저는 재밌게 결정해 놨는데.
예, 그러니까 그런 퀘스천이 저한테는 항상 이제 생기더라고요. 예. 그냥 의미 없이 살다가 죽는 게 맞나?
그쵸.
물론 그것도 의미 있다고 할 수는 있겠지만,
그것도 의미 있더라고요.
예,
네,
예.
진짜로.
예, 아무것도 안 하고 가는 사람도 의미가 있겠지만, 그래서 저한테 질문을 하게 돼. 난 어떻게 살다가 죽어야 되지?
답 찾으시면 꼭 알려주세요.
예.
저도 실험하겠습니다. 저도 생각해 본 게 몇 개 있어서.
오케이. 근데 한 가지 그건 있어요. 그러니까 와이프하고 자식들에게는 고통을 주지 않아야 돼요.
이거 되게 중요한 것 같아요.
예. 막 아파서 막
그쵸.
그런 거 있잖아요. 고통 주는 거 가족들에게. 그렇게 하면 안 되겠다.
네.
근데 그게 또 마음으로 되는 건 아니잖아요. 예. 사람마다 건강 상태가 또 다르고 좀 그러니까 일종의 두려움 같은 거죠. 그런 것들은.
그래서 노력하는 것 같아요. 운동도 하고,
예.
채소도 먹고,
예.
영양제도 먹고.
맞아요.
근데 그러고 나서 아프면 어쩔 수 없는데
예.
노력도 안 해보고 아픈데
맞습니다.
그건 좀 영치 없는 것 같아요.
예.
저는. 네. 저 그래서 네.
오케이. 클래스를 시작해 보겠습니다. 오케이. Thank you for coming. Today's class. Last week we were talking about little basis about Aristotle. Today, briefly, we're gonna review last week's class. Okay, Aristotle tells humans are political animals. In Korean, 사람은 정치적 동물이다. Political animal. That means we have fundamentally think, act as social, political, politically involved in social activities. That means we don't live alone by oneself. We live with people together. That is political animals. So that also when we have a society, Aristotle tells good society means balance between different classes. Balance means rich people, middle class, low class. They all live together for the common goods, common benefit for all the classes. That is balance between classes. So also the power and authority should be practiced, exercised for the common goods of people. That is good society. And then Aristotle tells the best form of the government is city-state. City-state, in other words, it is polis. P-O-L-I-S, polis. That is city government, city-state, city-nation. That is the best form for the people. Because when we are in the nation, which is city, state, polis, all the individual, they can achieve their highest potential and live fulfilling their lives. Fulfilling their lives is, in other words, eudaimonia. Okay? Eudaimonia means not just live your life happily. Other than that, you practice your vision, you fulfill your whole potential. That is eudaimonia. So, city states is the best form to practice for individual their eudaimonia. That is city states. Okay, we talked about monarch, aristocracy. We talked about mob, rule, autocracy. We talked about democracy in Korea. Okay. Okay. Keep going with Aristotle. So today we'd like to talk about the best form for the government. Aristotle believed that the best government, the form of the best government is combining good elements of democracy and oligarchy. Oligarchy means 과두 정치. 과두 정치 means the government is ruled by nobilities. That is 과두 정치. Oligarchy. Not only for the nobility, it could be group of people like soldiers, the high elite group, or
지금 하나만 해도 돼요. 만약에 지금까지 배운 그런 어떤 군주 뭐 어떤 제도들이 없었다면 어떻게 됐을까요? 근데 왜 생긴 걸까요? 갑자기 그게 궁금했어요. 이런 것들이 맨 처음에 없었을 건데
okay.
갑자기
That is question. Okay. Later, I'm gonna explain.
Yes.
Okay.
감사합니다. 갑자기 궁금했어요.
Yes, that is good question. So, the best form of the government is the mixed combination of democracy and oligarchy. That's the Aristotle's opinion, view for how the people can make the government and run by the people. That is the combination of democracy and oligarchy. Okay. Also, Aristotle emphasizes on the role of middle classes. Okay, he emphasizes the importance of strong and large middle class. Okay, when the middle class is a strong, large, and kind of pretty wealthy middle class, they can maintain, they can give stable and then practice justice in the government. Okay, let's say, for example, in US, in history, like 20, 30, 40 years ago, the United States, the middle class was the biggest. Middle class has the most wealth, right? They don't have problem, achieving their goals in their lives, right? But nowadays, middle class was kind of shrinked, right? Some middle class, they struggle to live their life. Okay, I have house, I have good, position at my work, but sometimes challenges coming to yourself, right? Like, healthy issue, like, big, huge medical bills. I can afford medical bills, sometimes the education fee is too high, I can't afford. So middle classes in United States, they have, those kind of challenges. But in history, when the middle class was strong and big, they didn't have that kind of problem in history. So that is, the stability of the middle class. Okay, and then for people to be good citizen, Aristotle talked about good citizen. Good citizen means you have to have virtuous citizenship. Virtue means, like I said before, everybody has morality, right? You have good morality, you have good, bad morality. The virtuous means you have, or people have, the society have a higher standard of morality. Okay. Nobody is interested in something like the money that is not yours. So nobody wants to pick the $100 bill when they walk through, right? That is high standard of morality. Okay, when I, sometimes when I do some kind of, computer work or computer, like a document work in Starbucks, I went to restroom, right? So nobody picks my phone or computer. That is high morality. So the good citizen means people have to have high virtuous citizenship. That is good citizen. And then people always or try to participate in political activity. That is good citizen. Also, not only good citizen means they are involved in political activity and high virtuous citizenship, also people need to have responsibility and rights. Also, that is important element to be good citizen. And then also Aristotle emphasis on education. Okay, people want to be involved in a political activity. That means that is good citizen, right? Another term for good citizen means also people need to have high virtuous citizenship. Okay, to be high virtuous citizenship and right and responsibility and being a political person or political to act as political activity. Education takes big role. So Aristotle emphasis on importance of education. With good education, that cultivating high virtue. Okay, we have to learn what is bad, what is good. Okay, that that is coming from the education. Also, good education means that brings citizens to be involved in political activities. That is all coming through education. So good citizen is the result of good education. So that is the point of Aristotle. Okay, also he emphasizes the role of the law. Law existed as for the common goods of people. Not only high class, not only middle class, not only lower class. Everybody's common good is important. The law is the reason for people's common good. Okay, the principle of the law is virtue. For higher standard is the principle of the law. That is Aristotle's point of view. Okay, also he emphasizes constitutionalism. Constitutionalism means that is everything is practiced, exercised by the law. That is constitutionalism. Okay, that means actually written constitution, written law. By the written law, people act by the law, exercise their rights and responsibility by the law. That is constitutionalism. Okay. Let's see. Okay, Aristotle. We saw this video before. Okay, let's see one more time. Let's see. Okay. Audio.
Aristotle is one of the three most important Greek philosophers. Socrates and Plato. And together they really laid the foundation . one of the three most important Greek philosophers, along with Socrates and Plato. And together they really laid the foundation for Western philosophy, for Western civilization.
Aristotle not only invented logic, was the first systematic investigator of biology. His most important work was in the realm of metaphysics, namely the study of the structure of reality.
Aristotle would
Yeah, he had a kind of systemically invented a systemic invention to study, to research in every academic field, like math, like biology, like any kind of science. Also, he had created how we can study, how we can question, make question in everything by systemically. When you do like let's say, for example, what systemic means. Let's say when we talk about scientific theory, right? Okay, so the most common scientific theory means like this one, Einstein's relative theory, right? General, special. That's the most common Einstein's, general relativism, special relativism. That is common. Also, we know this equation: E equals mc squared, right? Okay, that is the theory, for example. So that is how Einstein concluded with that theory. He takes the step to make the result of this, the answer, right? So he think systemically. Okay, he looked out the material. He found, he researched. He collected the phenomena. Okay. When you see the stars at night in the sky, okay. Some stars, travel like almost a circle, and some stars travel like unexpectedly different, path. So you collect that data, right? Okay. Summer, winter, they travel a little differently. Okay. When you are astronomers, right? Then you collect all the data. Okay, nighttime, early in the morning, late in the morning, or summer, winter. Every time you investigate the movement of that star, they move a little different. So you collect all the data. And then you analyze that data, right? Then you may think, okay, all the stars are moving differently, okay? And then you also think, what is the relationship between Earth, Sun, and stars? So you may think like, okay, maybe Sun is not going around Earth. Maybe Earth is going around the Sun. You can conclude that kind of answer, right? That is systemic thinking. Yeah. Not just you suddenly, bring your idea from your head. You collect, you observe the phenomena, okay, you collect the data, you analyze, then you can make kind of hypothetical theory. That is the scientific way to find the answer of the phenomena of nature, right? That is a systemic thinking, systemic way to find the answer. So Aristotle created those kind of, the pathway, those kind of systemic way to find the answer in every questions. He created that kind of, the way how you study, how you research in everything.
Around 384 BC, in Stygira, a small town in northern Greece. His father, Nicomachus, was the court physician to the Macedonian royal family. In his boyhood, Aristotle first studied medicine before going to Athens at age 17 to study at Plato's academy.
As one of Plato's prized students, Aristotle formed a different point of view than Plato.
Plato would simply believe what existed without trying to explain it, without seeking deeper meaning. In contrast, Aristotle would question everything that was presented to him to the
Okay. Plato think everything exists without reason. That's Plato's thing. But Aristotle, no. There might be reason why everything is existed.
where he was able to discern the very minute details and not only understand what each of them represented, but how they all fit together into forming a larger system.
After Plato's death in 347 BC, Aristotle left Athens to live in Mysia, now part of modern Turkey, where he married and had a daughter. Aristotle returned to live in Macedonia in 338 BC, when King Philip II asked him to tutor his son Alexander.
It was a great honor for Aristotle to be chosen as the tutor for Alexander the Great when Alexander was only 13 years old.
When Alexander the Great assumed his
He was also teacher of Alexander the Great. Alexander 대왕 tutor 선생님.
throne at age 21, Aristotle returned to Athens and started his own academy called Lyceum.
Aristotle's Lyceum was a rival school to Plato's academy, and the main difference was the curriculum. Aristotle's curriculum centered on scientific observation and research. Plato was more dedicated to mathematics.
Aristotle wrote over 200 treatises on so many different topics. Collectively, Aristotle's work really lays the foundation for what we now consider a liberal arts education.
After Alexander the Great died in 323 BC, the pro-Macedonian government in Athens was overthrown. The resulting anti-Macedonian public resentment forced Aristotle to leave Athens for his own safety.
Aristotle went to his mother's town of Pontus on the island of Euboea. There, we don't know what he did. He only lived another year.
At age 62, Aristotle died in Chalcis in the year 322 BC.
The most important impact that Aristotle has on our society today is that he has left this legacy of organized thought, and Aristotle stays with us every time we make a list.
Aristotle came up with the notion of empiricism, the idea that to understand the universe, you need to observe it and measure it and try to really look at it. But of course, this is the basis of the modern scientific method that all scientists use today.
Okay, Aristotle is the base of European and Western civilization nowadays we have. He made systemic foundation for our civilization we have now. Okay, Aristotle, Plato, Socrates, they have the same question, almost a similar question. Why am I here? What is the world? Okay, and how we can live, their our own life, but the difference Aristotle had from Socrates, Plato was he made kind of systemic way. When you have question, answer this, have this question first. And second, look out the phenomena, okay? 3, let's say 3, then you analyze why those, things are happening right now. Then you try to find out the answer. It is kind of a system, So the way he made the system that works still